Okay, next we will hear another innovative stories. And then for this, the title is Leveraging the Power of Digital Technology from Their Industry. Here we will have two speakers, so I will invite one by one first, of course. So the first speaker is Mr. Handoko Said as the COO of Speedwork. Please welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for Alibaba Club for arranging this event and allowing us to tell a story, our growth story. So Speedwork Indonesia is established in January 2020. 2020 sounds like a good number, right? It's a good year for everybody. I think we learned a lot through that period of pandemic. So does Speedwork. So what happened is when we start to establish Speedwork Indonesia, the premise that we want to answer for the customer is typically in automotive industry, especially in the after sales, the auto care services of the vehicles, right? Whether it's 2-wheel or 4 wheels, the end customer knows very little about what happened during the after sales service. So for example, you can imagine if you own like a vehicle, 4-wheel or 2 wheels, most likely you don't know what type of tire or lubricants, the exact technical details of those products. So you rely on the stores. You rely on the trust and respect that is within this automotive after sales industry. So that the bengkel, the auto shop will not charge you extravagant pricing just because you don't know what is the exact price, right? So that's the problem that we want to answer. But as you can imagine, in January 2020, within the first 2 months, we already realized that, hey, our business is not, it won't survive through that digital, the initial process, the initiation. So this is the first keyword that I would like you to have. So the first keyword for you to have is pivot. So that's the first keyword. Let me expand a little bit on that later on. The second keyword that I want to give you before I go through the detail of my presentation is balance. So the second keyword is balance. The last one is collaboration. Okay, so I will expand on these three. So this is the problem that we want to answer. And right away, we know that the solution will have to cater 3 different stakeholders within this industry. The first one is obviously the end customer, right? We need them to be able to trust because automotive industry, again, the end customer knows very little about the products. So trust is very important. Second is transparency, because in automotive industry, especially in the after sales market, transparency is not that good. So you don't know exactly what is the price of, for example, changing your tire of your vehicles or your lubricants. Now it's easier to get the pricing comparison through marketplace and so on. But eventually, when you go to the store and you want to change, they will charge you for the service fee. And you don't know what is the exact price for that particular service fee, right? So that's the second thing, transparency. The last one, but not least, of course, is the convenience. So how easy for you to actually, for example, go to the auto shop. Sometimes you have to take some time off from your daily work, and then you go to the store, and then the store said, we don't have these particular products at the moment. Please come back tomorrow. That happens a lot. So convenience is another thing for us to solve for the customer. The next one is for the store owners. Now, all these bengkel are operated for decades. Automotive industry, including the after sales market, is very like traditional, and you can say it's a dinosaurs industry. It's very long, but it has a huge potential market. But the thing is, for the store owners, they have been operating this for the same thing for decades of decades. And they are making money, no problem. So for them, when we come in, the question is, why should I collaborate with you? Right? So this is the second thing for us, the second key points that I mentioned earlier, balance. So for us, we're starting the business. The store owners has been in business for decades. Now, what's in it for them, right? So for us, we try to answer that by collaborating. Yeah, I mentioned the third keyword as well. So we collaborate with demand partners. I will expand more on that. So more customers. Basically for the store owners, it's simple. If you can drive customer to my store, I will be gladly collaborate with you, right? Eventually more profit for them. Now, the next stakeholder is also very important, which is the OE, manufacturer, distributors. This is the brand principles. In all of automotive industry in Indonesia, the manufacturing brand does not have the retail network. They don't control the retail network. So this is where we come in. We tell them, hey, you want to know about, of course you want to know more about your customer, right? You want to have more visibility about your customer so that you can have a better product design, so that you can have a more accurate sales forecasting, for example. So these are the things that we help them. Again, come back to the second keywords that I mentioned, balance. So all these stakeholders, we have to cater to different needs that we have to try to solve their problems for each of the stakeholders. And their problems are different. Their demands are different. So that's again, coming back to the second thing that I mentioned, the second key points, which is balance. Now, I mentioned the first key point is pivot. And this is what happened. At the beginning, we focus on the platform business. You can download our apps in Play Store and in iOS, iPhone. We started in January 2020. It's online. Hey, all of marketplace are having growth, accelerated growth, just like Richard mentioned earlier, during the pandemic. So what happened in automotive? It's not the same. Why? Because pretty much in after-sales market, in after-sales industry, imagine you still need to go to the bengkel, right? It cannot be done pure online. If you want to shop t-shirt or jeans, things like that, you can do it online, correct? But you cannot change the tire of your vehicles online. You still have to come to the store. So this is what we realize. Eventually, you cannot survive if you only do the platform business. So that's why we pivot. Now, we can say that we are the only one who are also operating. We have the platform business, and we also operate our own O2O franchise workshop. So we now establishing a retail network ourselves. Yeah, so that's the second one. The third one, the brand principal then question us, hey, if I give you, if you buy product from us, then how do we know that you distribute our products properly, not competing with the existing ecosystem? Because this is also a problem in the after-sales market. Again, the second key point, balance. After-sales industry, automotive, is a dinosaur industry I mentioned. The players are decades. They're already in the game for decades. So we need to strike a balance with them. And that's why we started the last core business for us, which is the trading business. So now we're collaborating with all these players. We help them to be more efficient. We help them to understand what is the supply and demand needs in the retail network. So this is our three core activities that we are doing right now. Okay, these are some of the brands that we're doing. We're selling for four-wheel and also for motorcycles. We basically focus on these four product categories. The reason why, because we want to maintain the convenience of the customer. So we don't offer after sales services that takes time. So our services is like pit stop. You go 10, 15 minutes, you're already done. So that's our premise. Yeah. Okay. Now, what interesting with this is through that collaboration and through the focus of we try to strike the balance with different stakeholders. Now, this year, we will have our own products manufactured by the brands, but exclusive for Speedwork. There will be no other players have this product except Speedwork, and that's huge for us. So that's another thing that I would like to mention. All this product you can find it in the marketplace in wherever, but starting Q3 or at least Q3 this year, we will have our own products manufactured by the brands, but only for Speedwork, and that's again it's huge, and that can only happen because we focus from the beginning to balance with the existing players within the automotive industry. Okay, so let me talk a little bit on what will be the customer journey. If you are our customer, this is what will happen. So if you download our apps, you can right away search what kind of the type of vehicles that you own, and then what kind of services that you would like to have, and then you can just the algorithm in the application will help you, will guide you through that. So you don't have to know what is the exact type of the tire or lubricants. The application will help you. And then this is what's interesting. So the way our system works is the customer will be able to reserve to the store. So you can plan when do you want to come to the store and which store you want to come to. And the system will provide recommendation based on location. So it's again goes back to the customer question. Is it convenience? Because I personally also experience bad things happening in sometimes when you come to the stores and then the stock is not ready and then you have to come back or you need to come to the other stores to check whether the product is ready or not. Yeah, but not in our retail networks because the inventory will be confirmed for you before you come to the store. So you don't have to waste time. Already come to the store and then no stock and then you have to come back again. Not happening in Speedwork. Because again, we check the inventory for you and we make sure when you come to the store, everything is already ready and you don't have to pay a single penny anymore. Yeah, because everything is already done through online. And this is thanks to, of course, the infrastructure that since the beginning we built in collaboration with Alibaba Cloud. Okay. The second part is, of course, the stores for the owners. Now, the bengkel, if you have come to one of the bengkel in Indonesia, then you know it's very far from digitalization, right? Sometimes even if you want to pay with credit cards, they will still charge you 3%, things like that. Yeah. So it's really traditional. Yeah. So we help them with this digitalization. They will be able to monitor manage the opening, the inventory of the store. We have some features to help them managing their mechanics. So things like this for the store is quite helpful as well. So the starting journey of digitalization in the retail network of after sales market in automotive industry. And this also relates to the customer apps. Yeah. So if the store accepting the transaction, they will be able to do everything through the application. Yeah. Okay. So right now we have more than 1,000 store partners all over Indonesia, and we're building this one as well. So aside from having store networks, we also I mentioned that we also building our own retail network. So goes back to the second point that I mentioned, balance. If we don't have this balance, then the existing players will say, why do I collaborate with you? You're building your own, right? So this is a very delicate situation that we're managing, and again, this is the story that I would like to share with you. So this is the type of bangkel, the smallest one that we have is only 3 by 2 meter in size, and it's focusing on motorcycle. Why? Because huge business opportunity. 75 million motorcycles all over Indonesia. So we're building this. It's very easy. If it's not working, the sales is not good, you can just move it. Yeah. It's portable. But the challenge for us is with this size of bangkel, it's really important to have the right mix of products available in that store. So data science, analytics, inventory forecasting and management, how we handle the delivery of the inventory when the inventory is low, then we need to right away fill it up. It's very important for us, and all of these are built in the cloud infrastructure through Alibaba Cloud. So this is the key differentiator for us. Yeah. The first one, I mentioned that we have a balance with the brand principle. So we need to secure the product supply. Yeah. Second, and this is something that I will say a very differentiating factor from the rest of the other players within this space, is we build, train, recruit our own mechanics. Because we want to make sure that the standard of excellence are within what we want, what we expect of the mechanics. So we train them ourselves. We established a Speedwork Academy. We have 3 facilities right now, one in Jakarta, one in Surabaya, and Yogyakarta. And then, of course, we're doing collaboration with different partners, our captive market, like the ojol, ride-sharing riders are our captive markets. And we're also building our own kiosk and tooling. So we're partnering with different brands, different players within this space to make sure that we have the right supply of kiosks and tooling, because to enable our growth. Yeah. Okay, this is just an illustration of how we do the mechanic training. So it started with the sourcing. We partner with BLK, Balai Latihan Kerja. It's a training center operated by the government. Their alumni will be a source of us. And then we train them, we certify them, and then they will do on-the-job training, and then we deploy them through our store networks. So it's very simple, but we're the only one who's doing this. Okay, so the last thing that I want to mention is collaboration. So we have lots of partners in this space. We understand that we cannot grow alone. It's impossible, because again, the players are decades. They are already in the game for decades. So collaboration for us is very important. We need to build the ecosystem in order for us to survive even. Yeah. So it's for us, we're thankful for all these partners, and we're looking forward to future collaboration with probably some of you here. Thank you.